Hello, this video is going to be on the ALEKS topic, volume of a sphere. So whenever we're finding the volume of a sphere, we use the formula V equals 4/3, 4 divided by 3, pi r cubed. And it's cubed because this is a three-dimensional figure and we're finding the volume, the space inside. So the diameter d of a sphere is 8.4 meters. Calculate the sphere's volume, V, and we're going to use 3.14 for pi and round our answer to the nearest tenth. Now this is a little tricky because we're not given r, right? We're given d, we're given the diameter, and we want the radius. So if the diameter is 8.4 meters, then what is the radius? Well, the radius is just half of that, right? This is the radius. You could think of it as going from the center to the edge or going down this way. So it's basically half of the diameter, which means that the radius is equal to this divided by 2, or 4.2 meters. So let's go ahead and substitute 4.2 for r, and let's solve this. So we're going to do 4.2, and everything else will stay the same. 4/3 times pi, which is 3.14, and then times 4.2 cubed. Now here, it's really important that you're actually using the order of operations, right? The correct order of operations. So the first thing we're going to do is evaluate what's inside the parentheses, right? But if you'll notice, there's nothing to actually do in the parentheses. There's no operations. So then we move on to exponents. So we're going to evaluate 4.2 to the third power, which means 4.2 times 4.2 times 4.2, which will give us 74.088. All right, and we're not rounding to the nearest tenth yet, okay? So that's why it says do not round any intermediate computations. This is an intermediate between the beginning and the end. So we have 3.14 times 74.088, and we have 4/3 in front of that. Now, all of this is actually just multiplication or division, right? Because you're just multiplying all three of these things, and this fraction is just like division. So I would probably multiply these two first, since I already have my 74.088 in my calculator. I would multiply it times 3.14, and then I would multiply that 232.636 ... I would just keep that in my calculator and multiply that times 4 and then divide by 3, because that's the same as multiplying by 4/3. And that way I'm not estimating 4/3, I'm keeping everything as exact as possible. So times 4 divided by 3. I should get something a little bigger than 232. I get 310.18. But since I'm rounding it to the nearest tenth, I'm rounding to this place. So an 8 rounds this one up. So my final answer is 310.2. This is meters, so this is in meters cubed. 310.2 meters cubed. There's your answer.